Everybody, we're here again for our Wednesday card fight, Vanguard Clans, 20 minutes. So, we're back again, and this time would the three proxies like to tell us what we're going to be discussing today?
Today we are going to be talking about the clan that has some of the best decks and one of the worst decks in my opinion, Royal Paladin.
Exactly. So, I'm going to start the timer here in a little bit. So, you ready for this? Because this one, I feel like this one, you talked about it a little bit beforehand, before we started recording. You were talking about how you don't think we're going to make it to the full 20 minutes. I think we're going to go over the 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I just think there's a lot there. There's a lot to be said about Royal Paladin in general, and like there's some stuff about it where it's just like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. And there's other stuff where it's like, yeah, no thanks.
okay. 3, 2, 1. There we go. So, I'm going to roll my keyboard and kick back a little bit. So, first off the hop, we got support recent, GBT11, the new support for Blaster Blade, Gancelot, biggest one. Then you have your new Lou, grade 3.
The Lou is so good.
Especially a plus 5k. You're starting to put your Blaster Blades back so you can search them out with your on-stride ability. Keep placing them down to retire. Gancelot, I think Gancelot's really good. I feel like it's getting over-mentioned and over-hyped a little bit, but it's definitely something that I know that every Blaster Blade user is going to use first stride, maybe even second stride.
Like, I was watching a video earlier, and it was by Different Fight, and they were talking about, how to beat Blaster Blade, right? I've never had a problem with beating Blaster Blade. It's just never been a problem for me. And
well, I'm gonna say this right now. The reason why that is the case is because our players of Blaster Blade don't have all the Flogel crits on the field. They also aren't having all the Gancelots. They're missing.
No, even when I play test on CFA, it's just never been a real big deal to me, really. But one thing that he was mentioning is damage, right? They thrive on their counter blasts, and so it's like, oh, they want to go into that Gancelot so they can get the one counter charge off. So if you just choke them with damage, they're gonna constantly want to go into Gancelot, which pretty much denies them one extra card. And instead of it being like, oh hey, I get quad drive. Instead, you could have gone into Alfred, but since you don't have enough damage to go into Alfred, I'm basically denying you one extra card.
I feel like, as a reference for really, if you don't know how Blaster Blade works really well, or if you're just, having problems with it a lot, then it was a good video, but I feel like it was missing a lot of important details.
Yeah.
For example, just denying them counterblast so that they go into the Gancelot, I don't think is, that's not going to stop them. Their Gancelot is fine. It's got a crit. The drive check's still scary. And then all their Blaster Blade rear guards still get the continuous resist. So
on their turn.
Yes.
So, I don't know. I just feel like they had a bunch of helpful tips. I just feel like there could have been a little bit more. But that's just me being critiques. But, with right now, right, Blaster Blade is in a very, very, and I'm that because Blaster Blade was...
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit.
was kind of a little with the legend people. Royal Paladin's always been one of those things where it seems to be a Shadow Paladin player. But Royals have always seemed really cool to me, and I've always loved Blaster Blade and Blaster Dark. And the legend deck is get rid of Alt Mile, finally.
Yeah. Sorry for...
Yeah, that's just how I felt about it.
I'm sorry for Nick going and waving in and out like that, but yeah, I totally agree with that point of view. For Blaster Blade has always just been that iconic, always, if you have ever watched the regular anime or if you've ever just seen like old packs or anything, you have always seen like Blaster Blade was always that signature card. And with Alfred being in the limelight for so long, and I never saw a single Royal Paladin user sit there and like they would sit there and they would always just constantly, it was such like a battle, and it was not even a battle against an opponent, it was a battle against yourself, managing your hand, saying I can't draw this much because then I won't be able to activate my Brave, yada yada yada. And then now seeing them fix that problem with Blaster Blade, huge good side for Bushi, and it definitely brought in some of the older players that like the Blaster Blade, and it's good to see them roll a ring around everything. The biggest thing in my opinion is the fact that you're trying to go in, and this is I've seen Bushiroad trying to do this a lot nowadays, is they want to give legend decks, maybe not even legend decks, but like legacy archetypes support, and the support's good, right? We, as much as this might be a little off topic, but deleters are getting some really good support nowadays. We've been getting some spoilers about that this week. Amon's came back pretty nice and strong.
The
last
extremely strong.
They tried to bring back Fang, but Fang's been new, but they've been juggling them, and it's been weird. You got, let's see, what's another good one? You have Pacifica. Pacifica got really good card. And then they got Anji, which is generic, and it's basically Blink Joker's worst nightmare. So,
pretty much.
It's good to see that Bushiroad's bringing back these old archetypes and giving them that legacy support that they need to go and keep them fresh and new and up to par. But, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing, overpowered or anything. But it's just, it's good to see something. But back to the next topic we have. So we have Royal Paladins. So the thing about them is, right now as they stand, their biggest finisher, as you will, because they don't really have one finisher. It's like, we're either going to finish you with Alfred, or, we're going to finish with, maybe a Gancelot if you just can't guard, or maybe we're going to do this or that. And
or the GV8 Avalon.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, that's something that I think that Royal Paladins are missing, right? So far, all we've been doing is talking about how they're so good, how they're great and amazing. What they're missing right now is they're missing a better way of getting some more fluent power as a form of striding. I mean, right now the best form of power, in my opinion, is the one Legend Deck stride where it's like Soul Blast 3, all rear guards get +5. That's
Religious Soul Saver, I think its name is.
Yeah.
Something like that.
The most well thought out power is that one's pretty self-sufficient. We'll get right back to you guys. Okay, we're back, everybody. Sorry about that. I had some family things to go and deal with. So I'm going to start the timer in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're back on the timer. So what I was saying was Blaster Blade's missing those. They're missing some field power, right? Right now their biggest board presence is their Blaster Blades, because we're not going to talk about Alt Mile because Alt Mile's kind of dead in my opinion. Sorry, Alt Mile players out there, smack a dislike. I don't care. But I think that what they're missing right now is a nice consistent form of power on the board, and then they're also missing a form of a finisher, right? They were very there's not one finisher out there that's gonna do them the justice. Is that a bad thing? Not really, but they just give them a stride that just gives.
Like, it's meant for finishing.
Yeah, like give the front row I don't know, plus 10k if you have 3 units with Blaster Blade or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I know. I feel like it should have something to do with a passive crit and guard restriction, because when you look at the past 3 legend decks, right? What have we gotten for their stride, right? Shadow Paladin, Phantom Blaster.
Yeah, that one.
An obvious finisher. Then we also have for Kagero, right? Novel VL Express. oh hey, if you're at 5 damage, can't all trigger effects are nullified.
Well, yeah, but then again, the Express is pretty mediocre. I don't see it in much play anymore. There's just so many like better strides out there that you
talking about like in Legend deck in general. Yeah, but I'm talking about it's meant to be a finisher.
I would rather it be a different one, but that's another topic for another day. And then we have, the Blaster Blade.
Then we have Alfred.
Which is Alfred.
And
Alfred was...
He's just really not meant for...
No, I mean... That's the... that might just be like something that Royal Paladins just have in general, where they just don't have a single way of finishing it. And that's okay. But I just feel like that it's just not something to work for. And it makes it hard for the Royal Paladin players to go and, get things done. And it's also why they're not, that tier 1 meta that they probably should be. They have restanding Vanguard in quotes, because of their Flogel crit, or whatever it's called, the one that counterblast, retire the crit, stand the Blaster Blade, you can...
No, it's not retire, it's return it back to back shuffle,
even better.
And you stand it.
So you stand a Blaster Blade, the Blaster Blade that had Twin Drive from Alfred. Yeah, it's not going to get more drive checks because of it's only the first time when you attack. That's perfectly okay. But you can sit there and it's like, yay, I give all the trigger effects from my entire turn to Blaster Blade, and then I just stand. Yeah. That's a pretty good finisher. I'm not going to say no, but it's just something to think about.
It's also something to worry about, because when you're facing a deck where it's a retiring based deck, if you don't hold the stuff in your hand, right? So like if you don't hold the Flogels in your hand or something like that, there's a good chance that they're gonna be retired.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna call them until like it's go time.
Yeah.
So
I just feel like it takes a lot of preparation and a lot of counterblast it's gonna eat up, because it's like if you don't finish them right, then you'll have to stride into cancel out, pray that you still have the Barkle on your field so you can call the Blaster Blade, and get at least 2 damage unflipped, so you have something to work with at least next turn.
I mean, but I feel like there's a lot of clans that are in that situation. Nova Grapplers are a great situation. If you have favorite champ Victor, you favorite champ Victor. If you don't win that turn, you could basically fold, because it's the same thing. You're still gonna have that nice tasty L. So that's fine.
It's the same thing with what's it called? The Hard Hell 8, the GB8.
No.
Yes.
You can go to the GB. If you're able to pop off the deck the way it's supposed to be, you can go to the GB8 first stride. And if you don't win with the first stride, then you go to it second stride.
If you survive, if you didn't use every single card in your... Because you run 12 draw triggers in that deck.
Yeah, no, but if you've used every draw trigger and you've used every card in your hand, if you're going into it first stride, I don't want to sound... I don't want to sound rude or anything, but I'm about 50% sure that you're not going to be sitting there with, 4 damage when you're going into the Hellheart 8 first stride. I don't think so, but...
You also gotta remember it's Vanguard and crits exist, so it could be like, oh hey, they could go into their Hellheart 8 turn, say I have them at 4 damage, right? And then I stride into my Phantom Blaster, and I have my passive crit, and then I can just beat you with my rear guards.
That's true. But I mean, then again, Hellheart 8 was an abomination according to Bushiroad, so...
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just abusive in the game. So we're down to the last...
Back to Royal Paladin.
Yeah, we're back to the last 6 minutes here, so we can wrap up on the last big topic that I think that we gotta go and tackle over, and that is for the future. How are we looking here? Okay, so I'm thinking right now, Blaster Blade is in that solid, comfy position where he's not gonna be forgotten. He's not gonna get a back burner. I think that he's gonna be Royal Paladin's main deck for the time being, unless they decide to revive Alt Mile, but I don't see it anytime soon.
I don't see it either.
So I just feel like that Blaster Blade is a comfy deck, and like now's the time. I would probably say, maybe not now exactly to buy the Blaster Blade cards, but I would say like in a month or so. I'd say Gancelot might go down a little bit in price, but he's still going to be expensive. But it's not a bad deck to pick up. I mean, the new decks that are going to be surfacing right now are going to be the Vanquisher and the Kagero Problems, right? Those are going to be the two biggest ones I see coming.
Yeah.
Narukami, a little bit less than Kagero, I think, but...
Yeah, it's only because I just feel like Kagero just has a better name for itself built up than Narukami. That's just me.
Nah, I'm thinking of just, like, in values of retiring, I feel like that Narukami is a little bit lackluster. I just think that, like, for example, Kagero with getting their newest support of Zegenberg and stuff like that made the deck a lot smoother. That's just me. We'll see. I could be completely wrong, and some weird deck comes out of the blue like a Hellheart 8 for Narukami. There we go. That's all we need.
Whoa. Did you guys hear that? Next CFA video, Kagero versus Narukami. Leave a like.
Oh man!
If we can get 5 million likes, we will make that the next CFA video.
How about we just make the next CFA video because I want to do it? Spoiler,
no, we
guys.
can't have that.
Next Monday, about to see some Kagero versus some Narukami.
Dude, I'm already playing Narukami. Dude, I already called it. Bet.
That's fine. I was gonna play Kagero anyway. So.
Alright.
Back to... we're getting so off topic this time, guys. I'm sorry, I apologize. We're recording this quite late at night. We're a little tired.
Yeah, we're recording this at like 10:03 p.m. We'll have a better one next time. We promise.
I promise you guys.
Papa promise.
Yeah. So, overall, I just think that the thing that Blaster Blade is just, like, the way that they sit is really nice and comfy, but I'm repeating myself because of repetitiveness. But the one thing I want to say, parting words, because we got about 350 left. Parting words for Blaster Blade and Royal Paladin in general is that Bushiroad, just don't flop them, don't try to poke them with that support stick and be like, can't give them too much, poke, like. Make sure that you don't forget them. Make sure that you don't just slap on hey, this is all you need. Just the last thing we need is more clans to be forgotten.
We both know that's not going to happen because it's a Paladin.
Well, yeah, but I just mean, like, don't do what you did to Altmile, right?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure they won't do it because it's Blaster Blade.
Yeah, but I mean, like, here's another great example. Fang, right? Altmile, they had a ton of support back to back for it, right? And that was Try 3. I believe Altmile got some stuff in Transcension of Blade and Blossom.
And then GBT, he got support also, I think.
Yeah. So, like, they got some support there. And only a few cards, except for Try 3. Try 3 was really good.
Because it was supposed to be for him.
Well, yeah. But most of the Try 3 cards from that were, really good. Especially Knight of Heavenly Decree Altmile. I think Nick's heard me say that enough. If you're not running...
Altmile did get one stride. I remember. He did get one stride in the new set. It's a triple rare, and it's a flipper. Forgot what it does.
Well, you got a minute. You got a minute and a half. Why don't you search that one up? So if you're sitting there and just don't flip flop. Don't try to crush them like a bug. And I know what they want to do is they want to give all the clans enough support right now. Like right now, most of the zoo clans are looking very weak, and that's why they're getting that nation booster. It's not even a clan booster, that's a nation booster almost. Like I know that a lot of the other clans for like the Dragon Empire are looking a little weak. Like for example, Murakumo. What's the other one? Maybe all I'm thinking of is Murakumo. I thought there was 5 in Dragon Empire, isn't there?
I have a.
It's we're being very unprofessional right now. Sorry about those guys. Whatever. You know what? I don't care right now, but you get the idea. I know that you want to bring up old, weak clans, but just don't stomp out the good clans to make the weak clans better. You know, don't stomp Royal Paladins to make Mecha County better. Don't stomp out Gold Paladin and Link Joker to make Nova Grappler better, or to make Dimensional Police better. Just make sure you do it as a consistent bar graph. You gotta bring them up slowly. Some will be higher than others, but just make sure you make it nice and smooth off. So, Nick, 15 seconds on the clock. Last words. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Frick Alt Mile Blaster Blade for days.
Yeah, good last words. Keep Blaster Blade. Goodbye to that. So, we actually got it on the clock this time. We did ramble quite a bit, so we could have ended it probably at 18 minutes, but
yeah, we probably could have ended it at like 15 minutes.
Yep, nah, 15 was too short, but...
Oh, and I have the card.
Oh, okay, let's hear this one before we go.
It is Knight of Valor, Habachowitz.
Do you mind if I look this one up real quick, too?
Yeah, it's fine. His skill, act once per turn, counterblast 1, soul blast 1. Choose a copy of him, put the face up in the G zone. Search your deck for each card face up in the G zone with a Brave ability and call them to separate rear guards. You each get plus 2K, shuffle the deck. And then act Brave counterblast 1. This unit gets plus 5K at the end of turn. That's not once per turn, so spam that and have fun.
Yep, okay. I've seen, I believe I saw this one before. I just did not look into it because I saw the Brave keyword.
Yeah, you see the Brave keyword and you just drop it.
Okay. I mean, it's
alright.
It's okay. It's alright.
I think the counterblast 1 plus 5K till end of turn, not being once per turn, is really good.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you're not going to use that much. You might counterblast. I mean, you're already counterblasting for its main skill, and then you're going to counterblast maybe 1 or 2 at most to go and get plus 5 or plus 10K.
Yeah.
So, whatever. So, that'll be everything for us today for this week of Vanguard Clans 20 Minutes. If you guys enjoyed this one, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It helps us out to see that you guys like to see this stuff.
It cures our crippling depression. Please like and subscribe. Donate to our Patreon.
Nah, we don't have Patreon because we ain't scrubs, Nick.
I know.
Anyway, that'll be everything this week. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.